Hello, my name is Larissa Zebar. Today I'm going to take a few minutes to discuss Mary Shelley's novel, Frankenstein, or the Modern Prometheus. To begin, two very important themes in her novel are dangerous knowledge and monstrosities. This knowledge of scientific advancements was dangerous, although it was only very new to those of these generations. These are the themes I will bring to question throughout this presentation. Now, for the question I must answer. Is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein a warning or homage to modern scientists? In order to choose a side, we must look over many topics that touch her novel and discuss the various arguments. Here are the arguments we will discuss to obtain a better understanding of Shelley's purpose. The topics of discussion are the following: scientific knowledge of the 18th and 19th centuries, the dangers associated with this knowledge, such as monstrosities, and finally, the danger of future knowledge. To begin, the knowledge of the 18th and 19th centuries have allowed humanity to create new theories that help us to understand the human body. They've also allowed us to develop new techniques of diagnosing and treating various illnesses and to do experiments. All these advancements have helped form the medicine we know today. There are many influential people who are very implicated in many of these discoveries. These are a few. The first is Giovanni Battista Morgagni. He played a big part in researching disease structures and was even known as the father of modern pathology. Matthew Bailey was also studying the same subject, and he continued his work after Giovanni's death into the 19th century. There's also Luigi Galvani, who performed one of the first experiments with nerve impulses through electrical charges. Finally, there was a physician named James Blundell. He was determined to find the reason behind the fact that numerous deaths of women during childbirth after suffering massive bleeding. He designed a successful apparatus designed to transfuse blood from one person to another. Although compared to today's medicine, this may not seem like much, but this handful of scientists form the basic fundamentals of their fields of study, and without them, modern scientists today could not complete their work. They set the standards for today's world of science and medicine. Just like these incredible scientists' discoveries, Frankenstein was determined to make his own advancement. Wealth was an inferior object, but what glory would attend the discovery if I could banish disease from the human frame and render man invulnerable to any but a violent death. Shelley 41. This now carries us to the topic of the danger of knowledge. Although this science has led us to better lives and futures, it can also create monstrosities which do much more harm than good. A good example of this was Frankenstein's monster he created. As we have all heard before, with great power comes great responsibility. And in this case, power is knowledge. All this to say, knowledge put in the wrong hands is a recipe for disaster. I would like to start off the next subject with a quote from Mary Shelley's novel. I had desired it with an ardor that far exceeded moderation, but now that I had finished, the beauty of my dream vanished, and breathless horror and disgust filled my heart. Shelley 68. To relate this to the novel, Frankenstein loved to learn, which caused him to procure an insurmountable amount of knowledge. This allowed him to do what readers would have thought to be impossible. This knowledge gave him the power to create a monster. Since he put his brain to the wrong use, he created his character's downfall. William, Elizabeth, and my father reposed. I entered it and approached the tomb which marked their graves. Finally, there is a danger in the future of society's knowledge because it is constantly evolving and advancing, which means these monstrosities, as we call them, could become bigger, stronger, and more resistant, with the help of the constantly improving technology. In other studies, you go as far as others have gone before you, and there is nothing more to know. But in a scientific pursuit, there is continual food for discovery and wonder. Shelley 56. In conclusion, I believe that Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, or the Modern Prometheus, is a warning to modern scientists because this last quote would be a nightmare to anyone, and this could be possible in the wrong hands thanks to the continually revolutionizing technology and medicine. I perceived as the shape came near, sight tremendous and abhorred, that it was the wretch whom I had created. He approached, his countenance bespoke bitter anguish, combined with disdain and malignity, while its unearthly ugliness rendered it almost too horrible for human eyes. Shelley, 122. Thank you.